Hey, I heard there's a whistleblower in the government again. I just want to give a shout out to all the future whistleblower. It's a tough decision. I spent 12 months before I file a complaint against my boss. Even though I have 26 pages of documented wrongdoing, witness, day, time, it still doesn't really matter. The people that work for the government want to not have any problems. They don't want to be the one prosecuting anybody that has any power base. They only want to use the power to pick on the weak. So if you have a complaint against like a grunt, an entry level, that would work really well. But if you have a complaint against like a commander going upward, they don't want to set the precedent that you could complain against your boss. And I learned this lesson after the fact, very late. All of the people who have been in management for decades have told me that no, what I did was really unacceptable for management. They're going to rally behind the boss instead of me. Now, this is contrary to the education that the government and the military have offered me. They said to be principled, to have integrity, to do the right thing all the time. But the Epstein file proved otherwise. So I don't want another guy to have to sacrifice his livelihood, his family for no benefit. Like if you sacrifice yourself and the country improve, it may be worth considering, but your sacrifice is meaningless. My sacrifice was meaningless. So why would I ask you to do it, right? Now, about correcting a wrong, I have some friends who are also principled, as in they won't let the wrong and injustice go without consequences, but they also not going to be a whistleblower. How does this work? Well, if you want to make a change in the world, you have to protect yourself first. It's you against the world. If you read 1984, the guy was a whistleblower and he found out that the boss that he was gonna send the report to was also part of the problems. So he ran away and then went to the higher up. And then that is still compromised, and he go up and up and still compromised. So there's really no one he could go to. And finally he found one that's really high up in the food chain and thought that was it. But it turned out everyone's compromised. So if you look at reality right now, look at Donald Trump, Epstein, Palm Bondi, in the chain of command all the way up to the commander in chief. Who can you trust to uphold the law? No one. So if you want to make a positive change, you have to understand about survival. Uh, Not to quote Fight Club, but you have to survive. And then you could do what you got to do to make it right. Initially, I didn't want to file a complaint because I had 11 years in the U.S. Air Force. I know exactly what they can and cannot do. And I was 100% correct. But then I listened to my mentor and the older people who were more idealistic and less pragmatic. So they told me to do the report. But actually, I was going to order a hit on my boss. I knew that the military was incapable of obeying the law. And this guy was just a traitor to the country and was harmful to me and the country. If I kill him, it would just be in self-defense. And the mean were cheap and easy. But I listened to the older folks who were really, they have strong faith in the system. But the system right now is not the system in the 90s. So if you're gonna blow the whistle on your boss like Tulsi Gabbard, don't. If you're gonna do something that cause her to lose her job, sure, but don't put your name on it. Whistleblower is whistleblower protection is a scam, very much like the fair we call equality under the law. It's basically a scam. There are no law. The only law is who gets to survive and who gets to die. So if you want to live, you gotta protect yourself. But if you don't want to live, or if you want to believe in these delusions of equality under the law, then go ahead and sacrifice yourself. But trust me, your sacrifice won't really help anyone. So do your wife a favor, do your children a favor, do your mom a favor, and just stay alive.